I remember that.
Hey guys, welcome to another manga stream of My Hero Academia. We are here with the latest chapter, 327. I'm here with Mark.
Hi.
And before we get started with the new chapter, Mark, there's something that we always do prior to reading the new chapter, and what would that be?
Close the door. Recap episode!
Recap episode! Yes.
I was like, I took that whole breath and I said, let me close the door.
Oh my god. That's what Kirby feels all the time after inhaling something but not quite like absorbing the power yet. He's like, oh. Recap episode. I actually did my own iteration last time. I was like, wait, it feels empty without it. Let me try to do something. Recap episode.
You're just like, hold on, I gotta, let me see if I can get a sound bite of that.
Oh, okay. Here, let me see if I can do that one more time too. Recap episode.
Just like go back in the streams and just get my loudest one and just put it on the play button.
Recap episode.
Studio quality mic. Recap episode!
Get that studio quality scream. But yes, yes, we're gonna do a little quick recap episode of 326. Last time that was about All Might actually going to the statue, right? I think at this point he's kind of just, he may have already known like where oh yeah, actually it's one of those things where it's like he's just checking out to see like where Deku was, but also just checking for any like, or I guess I don't know who's like talking like right now, but he's just saying like, I'm off checking on any of the hero hating groups who refuse to join the shelter ectoplasm. And so he finds himself at the statue where the whole conflict happened, Deku trying to escape, but the whole class 1A like brought him in, but all that's left is his mask. The I'm not hero sign just shows up as both metaphorical but also the whole plot point of this entire chapter, including Stain, which was a long-awaited encounter that we've been like looking forward to. And he was talking about how like he doesn't like this All Might that he sees isn't All Might. The All Might that he sees is more of an ideal instead of the actual person himself. And as it stands, All Might in this case is no longer like who he was way back when, and Stain completely just disregards him for that. But let me go ahead and just make sure that everything else here in the setting is good. I think everything is good. Mark, can we do a quick test on like audio stuff?
Test 1 2 5.
Okay, I think I may have set the desktop audio like really low so we could still hear you. It was just like really soft. So there we go, guys. We got it fixed. Anyway, Stain was saying like, you're not All Might, you sham, as he pulls the blade closer. It's a very like, this is like Breath of the Wild, like broken master sword like level of a sword. You literally chuck it and it shatters.
You sham. My fine china.
my china. But then he reaches out to All Might, pulls him back because someone else was coming in to clean off the sign and just the statue in general. Saying was just looking at that like, this is kind of like what you left behind, or this is what All Might left behind. You say it was all for naught, and he said that this is the result. This is the result. And then he proceeds to grab his face closer and just like give like the craziest like facial looks to him.
I know, it's just like, I feel so uncomfortable right
I
now.
feel so uncomfortable. I actually adapted the thumbnail to include this. I was like, what was it? I lash at Hero Society with my tongue. And I'm over here like, how curious.
Oh, curious.
But then he's like, all right, here's some info. Find me again and turn me in, the person who murdered 40 heroes, and he's just gone. Which is kind of sad. Because as Kristoff said, like in a private conversation, but not like that private, but it was just like,
He's not seem to be going yet.
yeah, he doesn't want Stain to be gone. Honestly, like I kind of don't either, because I kind of wanted to see how else he could contribute. But if he's still kind of like the anti-hero, then
He's pretty much an anti-villain.
Anti-villain, then at some point we'll see him again for sure. But I kind of wanted to see if he would like intervene like a lot more in the story, but this is good enough. The fact that he's finally reached out to All Might himself, this person that he's almost to a point like idolized. And,
well, I know it's like he's the only person that he says he will let kill him is All Might.
Right. And now it's like this first like encounter like is nothing to him. The only thing that really is impactful in this scene was the fact that All Might looking at the woman that he saved, the last person he saved, technically speaking, as he was just transitioning from like buff form to like regular like skinny form. And that was when his secret was revealed, and this woman does not shun him or anything like that. And matter of fact, like the memories like of that were preserved, and she just does that like by projecting that, I guess, to by cleaning up the statue. So it's just really nice. It's very poetic, just like how Stain was throughout the entire chapter. Stain should write a book.
I was like, since when is he Shakespeare?
I guess we don't see those fine bits about him, because otherwise people would try to sell his words.
I theory say like, well, actually, no, he's actually very good with words. Remember, he started a whole movement.
He did. This is very true. He goes to the mall and he sees the merch of him.
There's merch.
It was so funny. I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what he didn't want.
I didn't receive any of these profits.
But yes. So with that in mind, I hope that All Might does come into this chapter. Not having read it quite yet, but I do hope that he does come in. Or rather, we see that and Deku, which by the looks of it now, we're gonna see that. The latter anyway.
Yeah.
We got chapter 327, ladies and gentlemen, and it's gonna start off with the funnies. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. Page uno. We got class 1A Russian. Set the temperature at toasty 42 degrees Celsius. Heat that bath. Strip down. Rinse and repeat.
I've been waiting for it for so long.
Everyone's been waiting since Deku went rogue like arc. Everyone ran over, and the middle frame is great. They just literally are like hustling in one direction to the bath as Deku is just like wide-eyed, like just accepting everything. Strip like the cape off, any other like broken straps, and they it looks like they're literally spinning him in the bath.
Like I want you to take a good look at the next page and just look at Minetta's face.
I'm already seeing like this initial page, so I can't imagine. They're tuning him up like a car at the racetracks.
Dude, they're just like, you need to get clean.
And the next page, and dunk.
Look at Minetta.
They literally put him face first into the bath.
Dude, I'm probably ended up taking a screenshot of that close up of Minetta.
He's got like all the legs.
In the face.
It's both a mix of like the hustle, but also the fact that like Deku probably smells still.
That face, he's like, oh.
They're literally smearing all the extra shading off of him. And now he's back to normal. The sound effects for like when he pops up from the bath, it's like bloop. Kaminari's over here is like, most things in the world can be solved with a good bath. Deku just like expressionless. Yeah. All that this entire arc they went through has now been diminished, and he's been reduced to almost like a small Deku look.
Little Deku.
And here's Bakugo with his well, still surprisingly like good sense of hygiene. He's saying, "You trying to fill the tub with dirt? Scrub his skins raw with a wire brush and industrial strength cleanser first."
Scrubbing your skin raw just sounds painful.
Yeah, I guess she was like, "Gotta mind the instructions and the suggested amount, though." Always seeing
That's
the
a
best in
Justin thing
them.
to say. That's
Always seeing the
absolutely
best
a
in them.
Justin thing to say.
Let me continue. It's pretty much all the guys in the bath at this point. Tokoyami says, "Even after the grand apology, alas, nothing has changed." Sugar Rush is like, "Try to be better, man. Be better." As he like bodies himself into the bath. Bago just says a couple of things without looking in Deku's eyes. He just says, "I'm still aiming for number 1. Haven't given up on that yet. Which still makes all of you my rivals. Including you, Deku, Izuku."
He said, Deku, Izuku.
As he turns around and like splashes Deku in the face. No response.
Just fuck you.
Too challenging? Deku's fine, Kachan. I don't know the meaning of challenging. Still, that desire to improve is a good thing, right? Let's use this chance to beat Bakugo at his own game. Fat chance!
He said, fat chance. Like, yeah, good luck.
Alright. Go ahead on this one. Next page.
We see a shot of UA. It's about nighttime by the looks of it. And we just see Izuku. Where's Uraraka? Already snoozing. Her and a few others crashed as soon as that sense of relief hit. Yeah, Uraraka's just sitting there drooling.
Yeah, she's got, and you look closer, she's got the mitts on too.
That's what I say. Is she wearing gloves?
Yeah, it's so that she doesn't self-activate float.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which is so funny.
Oh, right. Then we see Izuku. I'm so grateful to all of you, and I'm really sorry for the trouble. We see Mina. I love Mina. Yeah, that stuff about one for all. We got your message. Go to the next page. We see them all together in the room.
This is it.
The shock's kind of worn off since we read that letter from you, but still, I wish you had told Hawks to answer his phone. Tokoyami. Going from quirkless to a top tier power that couldn't have been easy, says our boy Ojiro. What does it feel like? Literally bone breaking, as we know.
It's true. This is very true.
Mm-hmm. We see Todoroki looking like his pretty boy, like make the girls go woo. So Midoriya must be exhausted, so let's let him sleep. Why else did we drag him back here? That speech bubble has Mineta balls on it.
It does. I mean, that's the best way to illustrate, like, that's him talking.
Did you just naturally make an appearance doing that pose?
Thank you for the self-awareness, Horikoshi.
Right? I'm okay. Don't know if I could even fall asleep just yet. Rate my pose. Says Mineta. Expulsion out of 10, says Zero.
Mineta from a distance got that face.
And then we see Todoroki sitting next to Izuku on the couch. Why not? I treated All Might pretty horribly and haven't seen him since.
No! No!
We go to the next page.
The bento box spill.
Pain. I can't sleep until I apologize, but he's not picking up his phone. He's literally in the window as Todoroki's pointing at him.
That's Todoroki's classic.
I am here to say sorry for being of so little help, Midoriya. Kid. That's crazy. You've always done so much for me, All Might, says Izuku. Then we see Mina here. You think we could get a mighty apology of our own? Since you left us in the dark and just bounced.
This is fair. Oh, let me continue on this one. But that's a very fair point.
All Might does that face like I'm sorry.
He's all right. Yeah, like he's getting back to like a professional like pose here. All right. So he says, "The battle that will decide it all is close at hand." Question marks from Mina. As like some thoughts are also running parallel. I'm no longer an active player on the board. He's thinking to himself. He speaks out loud. So I'm sorry for any anxiety I may have caused. more thoughts. I convinced myself that staying, and this is interesting, like, because it really is parallel thoughts and conversations happening. I'll skip the details. I acquired some new intel. This is from Stain, actually. And we'll have some answers soon enough. In its thoughts, he says, I'll crawl through the mud if that's what it takes to join this fight with them. To follow these kids wherever that inner flame leads them, to see them along on that journey. He says out loud, it's nearly time to muster all of our forces. These days, my own body's limits how I can even contribute. But even so, All Might. Here comes Deku saying, those tonkatsu bento boxes gave me the strength to go on. I got all messed up because I didn't have you around, so we shall protect all we hold dear. Together, okay? Aww. Look at this. He's like, I'll show these kids I can catch up to the heights they've reached. Thank you, he says. On that note, I must depart. What? Where? Why? To enjoy Endeavor's group. I've yet other matters to attend to. As he walks out. Tell him at least to send email. He says, of course.
He's like, where are you, Hawks?
I know. Mino saying, you mad or something? Angry on me? He only responds, only racked with concern. Sugar Rush. So Endeavor and the other heroes are joining us here at UA. And I'll take this last page here. Looks like Todoroki says like he'd rather not be around other people if he doesn't have a good reason to, because of the threat Dabi represents. Besides, it's not like this whole affair forced a change in heart and all the evacuees staying here. Everyone just kind of looks out. Oh, his nerves have calmed at last. You see, everyone looks over to Deku and he's finally like rested up. My God, dude.
His nerve finally calmed down, so now he's finally.
Yeah, he really just said, I can't sleep until I talk to All Might, and the moment he bounces, Deku's just slumped.
Once he finally talked to All Might, he's like, oh, finally.
Good boy, Todoroki, like, gives him, like, a bed sheet. Given that I'm Dabi's brother and Endeavor's son, I think I'm also viewed as a concern. Kirishima, that's some heavy family drama, dude.
I feel it.
Must be eating you up inside, even though you didn't do anything wrong.
I feel it.
Todoroki. In a way, I did. Obsessed with the blood in my veins, I lost sight of my origin. Alright, go ahead, Mark.
Alright, Todoroki's going on. But I've changed, and I'm going to prove it. Until nobody has to worry about me anymore. And then we see Kirishima. What a man's man! Making my tear ducts cry uncle over here. Over to Jiro. All the evacuees haven't necessarily had a change of heart. Yeah, guess not. But hey, how about this? Now, I'm not saying the situation's the same, but among other things, okay, Jiro just looks fucking cute as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, in this top panel.
I think, yeah, it's weird. They just know how to draw her, you know.
That I really like this look from Momo. She looks super cute.
Mm-hmm. She has her hair down usually, like during these times.
So pretty with her hair down.
Oh, but go ahead and continue if you want to.
All right, Kaminari as Jiro wraps her ear jacks around everybody. What gives? Cut that out. And then you see Momo. Oh my! Then Tokiyami.
Hmm.
Then we see Todoroki. What is it, Jiro? I guess this is Jiro right here. Remember that other time some people were less than thrilled about us and our status? We get a flashback to certain individuals.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're from the. Weren't they from the?
Which class was
arc?
it?
Yeah, the class arc, like the arc for the band.
Right. This is when Gento was like part of the situation.
Yeah. I think those are their seniors.
Yeah.
We see them grabbing Bakugo. He's like, "Ugh." If we're trying to reassure people with Kaminari, Momo, and Tokoyami, they're all part of the band, so it makes sense. And bring smiles to their faces. I just might have an idea.
We're getting the band back together.
I love how we both thought the same thing. We're getting the band back together. Let's see here. We see again, Jiro. This is just Jiro making Jiro look very cute this chapter. Like last time at the cultural festival, let's show him everything we're made of. We pulled it off once, didn't we? We see Todoroki. That's true. Did Mineta just get slapped?
I think so. What happened in between things?
I know. I'm like, did this man just get slapped?
He did get slapped.
I was like, is that
like smacked his face. I
I
think
was
it's.
like, is it a,
It
or
might
is that
be
him
any
smacking
response
someone's
to.
hand away?
It might be any response to Todoroki's face.
I was thinking that, or he might be smacking someone's hand away. It's like, don't touch me.
Oh no, his hands are still down like his pockets.
Faster than light. Do we see? Because it's not only about bringing it all back the way it was. We gotta work because it's not only about bringing it all back the way it was. We gotta work to make the world a better place than before, or just a better place than before, and we'll do it together. Going beyond and all.
Nice.
That's a nice panel.
A nice panel. Everyone just looking very determined and hopeful, and Deku just slumped.
That I feel you. I feel you, Izuku. I feel you so much, man.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. These last two pages here.
Matters.
Whatchamacallit? Oh, okay. It's showing us a roadmap, right? That's not Hercules, because at this point, like, this is what was it? This is Hawks and Best Genius going in.
We're just start naming all these cars after Greek warriors. This is Achilles.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying we could do it. This could be Achilles, it could be Perseus, it could be Ajax, whatever you want to call it.
At this point, that could be a canon. That's fine. But anyway, Hawks was starting a conversation with Garaki in custody.
Garaki, the doctor.
Oh yes, okay. Anyway, with him in custody, excuse me, they've compared his polygraph-based testimony about Shigaraki's growth
thing
rate.
that's not accurate?
Excuse me?
You mean everyone knows the polygraph test is not reliable. Trained snipers know how to cheat that shit. That's why they don't allow them to take it.
All right, but for better or for worse, they used their like his polygraph-based testimony about Shigaraki's growth rate to the results of the Nomu, like over at the central hospital. It's tough to predict how long it'll take the upgrades to fully adhere to a living subject, but both Garaki and the general hospital are saying he needs at least 2 full months of rest before he achieves completion.
Yeah, because he was 2 months off. Also, the only way I can see that being accurate is if it's someone's quirk and it's more accurate than the machine.
Maybe. Well, we are talking about like in a simulation of like all for one, like everything in there.
I know. I was talking about the polygraph. Like the polygraph, like if it is true, like the polygraph was accurate, then I'm assuming it must have been someone's quirk, not the machine. Must have something more accurate for it to be. Continue.
Oh, he said. Continues, that info also squares with testimony from the assassins Deku captured. All for One's trying to get his grubby mitts on one for all before Shigaraki's body is perfected. Whatever he's scheming...
We just see the panels right there of all the assassins that were sent.
Yeah. I honestly don't remember the middle one, actually.
Same, but poor Nagant.
Ooh, well, yeah. That. Hopefully we get to check her out later. See how she's doing.
I'm wondering what the fuck's gonna happen with Chisaki.
Oh, right. Well, Deku's gonna do what he needs to do, like once things like calm down.
Chisaki's gonna touch him with his feet.
He's about to touch things with his feet.
He's gonna touch He's gonna touch his old man with his feet and wake him up.
It's not even like a gentle touch. It's just like a smother because like, he can't really control where his feet are going. He's losing balance.
He just wakes up. Why are your feet in my face?
He's like, boss. Shit. Chisaki, do you need like an extra like weight? Like, no, you're gonna interfere with me with my recovery process.
He's sitting there. He's like, Chisaki, did you start an OnlyFans or something?
Bring the man metallic arms. Just for this. Oh, but I'm sorry. Let's continue. So as he was saying, he's trying to get his grubby mitts on one for all before Shigaraki's body is perfected. Whatever he's scheming, it looks like we're looking at like a date 2 full months after the attack on Tartarus. So that gives us 1 more month of wiggle room to make our move and take the fight to All for One and Shigaraki.
That's not a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, but well, I guess we can like hypothesize like after the end of this page. Endeavor is flying. That's what we thought. All Might was given some intel by the mad zealot of his insane security
Zealot.
record. Security record from Tartarus, to be exact. Wow, dude, that's
Security records
crazy.
from Tartarus. And yeah, that's I thought that's what was in the knife, because I noticed the knife looked like it had like a compartment for holding something.
Yeah, looks
So
like
it's like a little
it's
card.
a very well folded like letter of information.
Yeah, and there's a little SD card.
That's crazy. Look at the little micro SD card. He isn't all that crazy.
It's got Smash Ultimate on it.
Along with what's basically a deranged love letter to All Might. So we're just gonna like skim past all this. Stain wasn't planning to hand over the intel to anyone but the man himself. Who would have thought that the hero killer would end up as a hero ally? To be continued.
Also, if you zoom in, you can read that letter.
Oh my god. Have you like actually like looked further into that? Because
I'm reading it right now. Only a true hero may act as the recipient of this information that disqualifies the phonies, riffraff, and outlaws who bear false mantles and act solely out of contemptible self-interest. All Might is the only hero worthy of my respect. All Might is the only one worthy of ending my life, now more than ever. The masses cry out for that unshakable sense of justice he embodies, that pure, absolute justice. The world has grown dark indeed, which is precisely why the symbol of peace must stand as the vanguard and lead us all. And that's where his hair starts getting in the way.
oh my god, dude.
It really is a love letter.
My love to you like fire. It's like the flames of 1,000 suns.
Jazz it up.
Jazz it up. Oh my god, I can't believe I added that into the dub. But man, listen, I think ever since the confrontation, I've just been like wanting to see this chapter where everything just calms down for a bit. Deku finally gets the bath that he's been needing for a good number of chapters, finally sits down in that like very same like living room to finally just speak out to everyone and just have like an open heart to heart to everything, and everyone just kind of having like just a nice like relaxed like vibe to them. I'm glad that All Might also had like a bit of like things to say, even if it was very brief. And following after that, shortly when Deku goes to rest, that Jiro actually prompts the heroes to act again by trying to just get an ensemble of a band back together. So I really like this chapter as far as just kind of patching things up and just finding a next direction for Class 1A to go to like right now, because we are now transitioning to what is going to be a new arc, such that the pro heroes are going to get as much information from Stain as possible, concoct a plan in the background, and meanwhile we'll probably focus on Class 1A and whatever they're going to do to help win the evacuees over. So I think it's great. Also, the next thing I would ever hope for is just to see like just a glimpse of like a redefined costume for Deku. I would say bring some old parts back from his first costume, actually, because I think that'd be great. But
Rip.
damn, dude. But again, shout outs to the very first couple pages of the chapter.
Oh, absolutely. The first couple pages were honestly my favorite.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that what was it? Bakugo is actually carrying on with calling Deku by his first name. Actually,
I know, he's like actually staying true to that.
it's weird because that's one of those things where it's like it's for someone who's like really close to you, and yes, by definition at this point, like they are close, but Baku definitely doesn't have that like level of sentiment going forward.
Absolutely.
At least right
I think
now.
he's actually I think he's actually just like he's trying to make good,
Yeah, but
but have a little
he's,
trouble.
he's having just a little bit of trouble because he just has like the angry mood on.
Just like, hey, this is just how I am.
This is how I am, Deku. Izuku.
This is how I am. He's a
Scrub the skin raw with a wire brush. Dust your strength cleanser first. Gotta mind the instructions and the suggested amount though.
Gotta apps. I say, but I heard that I was like, that sounds like a Justin thing to say.
No, I think Kirishima's just that dude. Like he sees nothing but the good in Bakugo.
I mean, he is a bro.
He is a certified bro, like the verified check mark right next to his name.
Like Hiroshima is a homie.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the dude you can count on. He's like, you need him, he's got you.
I also realized that I think it's either that or Sarah who's like in the top right of like that little like panel that says like most things in the world can be solved with a good bath. And either or, just that look.
I think one of them is Mineta.
Maybe, well, actually, it can't be Mineta because like the ball stuff will still stay the same.
That's what I was thinking, but I was like, maybe it's just supposed to be a joke, and they just have the hair like down, like as if it was regular hair.
It could be, too, because we don't see everyone else there either.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's gotta be Mineta.
That like just on top of just having the Animal Crossing villager face. It's so
funny.
Oh my god.
Just that picture of Mineta.
There's just a lot of good stills here. From Deku getting like mid splash.
His face just kills me.
I also want to like give shout outs to just like Kaminari's like expressive effort, just putting like Deku in the bath head first.
I know, just boosh, head first. I was like, man, y'all are just seeing all kinds of penis and balls right now, aren't you?
It also looks like in the on the first page too, when they're like little like rinsing them off, it almost looks like they got towels and then it'll literally like wipe them around too. But Menez also like put it in like the soap.
Clean, 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 clean.
But even then, I gotta give shout outs too, because like literally the next panel with Deku like post bath is still him and he's like still scarred up.
Still scarred up. He is still scarred up. Like,
I mean,
he's had like his arm at least has been scarred up for a while.
Yeah, that right arm, which is covered like with his own like matting just for visual purposes.
That arm has been fucked for a while.
But he has, well, I guess I shouldn't say scars, but scratches like literally on his like left arm and his neck.
Yeah, I think it's his right arm that's always been the worst, hasn't it? Or has it always been his left?
It's always his right, because that's the one that he like, lack of better words, decked muscular with.
I think that's just the one that he's used the most because he's right-handed, I believe.
Yeah. Well, actually, there was that too, because yeah, he is right-handed. Like it all started from like his fight with Todoroki in the sports festival, and then it started to like I guess degrade like a little bit more because of the training arc shortly afterwards, where he just like literally just went hilarity like 100% each time. And that's when he finally uses legs, but of course the damage has already been done. But he's not going to suffer any more of those additional scars for a while. So it's kind of like, I kind of give shouts to that because like just like a similar shonen protagonist, Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, where like every single time you look at like his face, like it's still relatively fine. There's still that dragon mark scarring that he's got, and his hands though, each time you look at it, it's like it never looks clean. Those are like,
nope, it's constantly fucked.
because that's how much he's training. And honestly, I don't know if we see that in other characters, but it's Tanjiro specifically who gets his hands dirty.
Dude, Tanjiro's hands are just fucked.
Yeah, but I do
He's got
like
work-
that. That's just part of him now.
He's got what you call working man hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does hard, grueling work, and that leads to callus and all kinds of damage to your hands.
My God, yeah. But I was gonna say, like, Tundra, why is your nose not buff either?
What? Why is your nose not buff?
I don't know. There's a funny thing where like there's a YouTuber who talks about like different types of workouts, and people like leave in the comments like, dude, even his nose is buff.
Even his nose is buff. Oh yeah, Tanjiro does have a strong sense of smell.
He does have a strong sense. So I wonder, it's like, with all the flaring that you do with your nose, how is it that you don't have like additional muscles?
Because balance.
Fair.
Gotta balance them out.
Yeah. Also, another thing, like there's just a lot of like gems in like the first couple pages, because it's just everyone finally just calming down for a little bit. Fucking Mineta commenting on like Todoroki's like face when he comes in. Do you just naturally make that appearance? Doing that pose?
Do you just naturally do that?
Is that just a normal thing? Meanwhile, like another like panel like earlier was just Uraka like, and I give shouts too, because like they actually messed up her hair quite a bit, like as she's sleeping, but she's got the mitts on. Like everyone's just tired.
But everyone's just like, dude, just ready to go to bed.
Well, anyway, I think
Like-
that well, I think I've already made my predictions in this chapter. Yeah, I think a lot of them are just gonna go forward to just making a band performance, honestly, to just kind of calm the minds of everyone. And I think that will be a great opportunity to see other classmates from outside of Class 1A, as well as Eri as well, because that's gonna be emotional.
And on top of that, she's learned how to use her quirk.
Yeah, I also want to see Mirio again.
I really do want to see Mirio again.
Yeah. Actually, just like the big three, honestly, like everyone together.
Where is Sun Eater?
When's Sun Eater?
I'm so worried about him.
Nah, Horikoshi's got him working to the ground. He out there. Not even a moment's respite. Just now you're boom, 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 you're an Avenger now. Cue the reverse, like jump into the pool like videos.
Jump into the pool videos.
Those are always a little gem to look at. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Do we know when the next chapter is though? Because they don't really reveal that anymore.
Yeah, like I'm not quite sure. It should say it. I think Viz says it'll say like how long until the next chapter.
7 days, so just another week. Yeah, it looks like it.
Just another week. Oh, right. That should be. It's good. That's good with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hopefully things will just kind of calm down a little bit more, and we just see like the characters really flesh themselves out again. And yeah.
I'm just glad he finally got clean.
I'm just glad he can finally calm down.
You're not wrong.
I'm glad he's slumped.
I'm glad he's slumped.
It's like those moments where it's like they have drawn him to look absolutely wild, and now we just have like these very precious like illustrations of him just slumped.
That's because you forget he's still a boy.
He's still a little boy. Still like
a boy.
Is he like technically a second year now, or is he still like late first year?
That's a good question.
Because I forgot, like, definitely they were in like their second semester, and then like all this went down. So I don't know where they are in the time frame of that right now.
Yeah, I see. Because I agree, that's a good question. Is because I forget exactly what it is.
Right. They mentioned it like another moment ago where It was before the whole operation that they went on to go into the hospital, as well as it was before like Shigaraki woke up. That was like like one of the last times that they were just kind of before battle, and they were just having conversations about like the school life that we don't really see as much anymore.
Oh no, not nearly as much.
I think that might change this time, now that everyone's kind of like back to normal.
I would hope so. They deserve to have at least a little bit of a normal life for just a bit.
Yeah, it might be different though, just considering the situation. Maybe they're all just given like remote like assignments to work on, but they also have maybe an assignment to like just kind of deal with maybe evacuees if need to, or even be brought out for emergencies.
I mean, yeah, like especially like this might be the time for the heroes to really get their time
That's
because they haven't
true.
really gotten their time recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last time the heroes really got their big time was the war.
Yeah, there really was that time. Everyone just went. Also, need an update from Mirko, please.
Please.
Please. It would probably be like a shot for just doing things just like normal, but with a prosthetic, or yeah, a prosthetic, and that's fine.
Where is Bunny Girl?
Also, I want to get an update on Venom Snake, aka Alzawa.
The Venom Snake.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're good to call it here. So it's honestly a wonderful chapter, and I'm just glad that they're finally changing the pace of this. Not that the other one was bad, for sure it wasn't. But this is just nice. It's just a very organic like process of transitioning after everything that's just gone down. But yeah. All right. We will go ahead and call it here.